Well, hello, everybody. Hello, Terry C. How are you? Yes, I'm live. Yes, hello. How are you all? I just saw something that Miss Balls had posted, and I thought, well, I've got to come on and we've got to talk about this. Yes, you could be seeing me on TikTok or you could be seeing me on YouTube. Hello to wherever you are, whatever part of the world that you're in. How are you? So it's pretty good. So we are going to talk about our favorite creator. I have tried to ignore her, but every now and then I see something that piques my interest and we have to talk about it. Because she has been going after some person that wrote an article about YouTube journalists or something. Something happened and she wasn't very happy about it. And she has gone and attacked this person, this woman. I've noticed that they're generally women that she attacks, but anyway. And she has she is alleging that this person has actually been contacting the people from the docuseries that she was archival consultant for, and is trying to verify the claims. So you can imagine what is going on there. Now, don't also forget that she's just recently, her court battle with 7M is still going. They have a deadline that they have to renumber all the exhibits because the judge couldn't work out head nor tail of it. Nothing made any sense. But Miss Balls, whom I love completely, okay, has shared this, and then we're going to go and find the original post because, I like to find the original posts so that you can see it for yourself because we want to be able to show that it's actually from her, that this is what she's actually stated. So she says, Miss Ball says, Katie Joy is an archival consultant. How dare you? And this is from her post. It says, I don't know who this person is. Keep your mouth shut about this story. I'm in constant contact with the families involved, and we are still fighting for the people trapped. You are garbage, and don't give an S about the Wilkins. This isn't entertainment. This is about freeing women from alleged S trafficker. Get a effing clue. Wowzers. Notice she used the word alleged. Okay. The accounts that Netflix drove viewers to all worked on the series, helped securing sources, providing documents, legal records, and investigative journalism. We were all credited as archival consultants, which is a journalism credit for the film. Sit this one out, it says. She says Stephanie did not reach out to anyone involved in the series to vet her opinion or the veracity of her claims. So she's obviously written something. She's obviously written an article, and so we'll have to try and find the article to see what she said. But she's triggered somebody, so which is not hard to do. So let's see if we can find that article. I think we're talking about Glamour magazine. I think that's where it is, but we're going to have a look. So she's going after whoever this person is. She's not very happy with it. Not very happy with them. So there you go. I hope Stephanie does a deep dive on KJ. Seems she may. Well, hello, Mishi. Yes, I hope it's going to be very interesting because is she a person that really you go after? Don't forget that if she is actually a journalist with a reputable publication, she's got money and finances. So here we go. So you can see here she's been all over the Blake Lively thing here. Menendez, right? And then she's talking about that massive cover up. So here we go. She said, glamour journalist Stephanie McNeil is attacking content creators that are spreading a hate campaign about Blake Lively. However, Stephanie's own reporting from August 9, 2024 highlights her own criticism of Blake Lively's promotion of the film. McNeil's August article outlined serious issues about the marketing of the film and Blake Lively downplaying domestic violence. McNeil praised Jason Belladoni for speaking about DV in his interviews while criticising Blake for refusing to address the topic. McNeil brought in experts to solidify her position that Blake Lively and Colleen Hoover failed to take the subject matter seriously. This is an extract of criticism Blake Lively believes is a smear campaign. Once the film was released, film critics and people who saw the film reached the same conclusion. So she goes on and on. The book then was turned into a rom-com. Fans criticised Blake Lively's version of Lily Bloom because in the film, Lily barely spoke, and when she did speak, she was snarky and mean. Lily in the book was vocal, opinionated and confrontational. Lively's version had limited dialogue and was lost by her strange decision for wardrobe that didn't make sense. These criticisms are valid. But Stephanie McNeil now wants us to forget that she had those same opinions before the lawsuit was filed, which is funny because I swear somebody else changed their mind on Britney Spears, has swapped camps quite a few times. And, Stephanie McNeil is a senior editor for Glamour with more than a decade experience. So let's just have a look. So we've got Katie Joy going after. So then she's got, hang on. So Mummy Sleuth versus Bad Mum, different. So Stephanie, tell your husband that he's lost and I never told anyone to attack you. So apparently Stephanie McNeil's also saying that she's getting lots of complaints. Apparently she insulted women. Stephanie insulted women that work as content creators and called us mummy sleuths. That should give some pause. There's a difference because Stephanie McNeil, without knowing, is a senior editor of Glamour magazine, which is, so here is her post here about in her stories, because obviously Stephanie McNeil's not saying what she wants to be said. So let's have a look. So this is who Katie Joy is criticizing. So we've got the archival consultant, and we've got this. Stephanie McNeil is the senior editor for Glamour with more than a decade of experience covering pop culture, internet trends and social media, books, lifestyles, and women's political and social issues. She specializes in in-depth analysis and reporting from cultural zeitgeists, whether that's profiting from people from Bravo stars to abortion activists, writing in-depth features about internet phenomenons like soft girls and trad wives, or unpacking our complicated feelings about Taylor Swift and Kate Middleton. Previously, she was a senior culture writer at BuzzFeed News, where she was also founded the trending news team. She's the author of the 2023 book Swipe Up for More, about the influencer industry, and her 2020 BuzzFeed News feature on the multi-level marketing company LuLaRoe was turned into a podcast and a documentary on Discovery Plus. Stephanie lives in Brooklyn with her husband and toddler daughter and loves to recommend her favorite baby and kid products to Glamour readers. You can follow her on Instagram. So she's done a whole lot of stuff here. Fueled by mummy sleuths is what she's talking about. So this is the article that started Katie Joy off on March the 14th. Hello, short order. And so we've got somebody with 10 years of journalism experience working for reputable magazines, and I'd say BuzzFeed and Glamour. Glamour's, so the death of the Me Too and the embrace of patriarchal ideas isn't coming from politics, it's coming from women online, she says. So I'm going to put this in the chat here, in the chats, I went, and you can go and have a read of it for yourself, and you can decide whether it is something that you can make up your own mind. I want to give you the information, and you are free to make up your own mind whether Katie Joy is right to go after this woman or whether she's wrong to go after this woman. Yes, thank you. Don't forget to share. Thank you. While men are jumping on board, the most popular of these creators, which range from nobodies doing voiceovers to far-right provocateurs like Candace Owen and Megyn Kelly, are women speaking to other women. Owens coined the phrase for her audience who spend their free time investigating. Lively's alleged bad behaviour via TikTok in order to ruin her reputation, mummy sleuth. So it was a phrase coined by Candace Owens. Here's just a few examples. Lively has been accused of lying about her relationship with her deceased Gossip Girl co-star Michelle Trachtenberg to get sympathy for her legal case of sexualizing breastfeeding in order to trick Belladonna into looking at her breasts, and horrifying the cast and crew of Gossip Girls by constantly burping on set. One creator diagnosed Lively with a delusional obsession with the characters she plays called immersive identity disorder. They say she's a narcissist and has profound mental health issues and is a liar. Ooh, where does that? I wonder whether she's. Oh, they've linked the videos. Oh, they've linked the videos. Is Katie not is Katie upset because she didn't get credited? Hello, Kalemi. It sounds like someone else we know. Yes, I know. It sounds like someone else we know. I assume they are working on strong arming citizen journalists to stop speaking on the case, wrote Ashley Eve, a self-proclaimed citizen journalist, on Instagram about Shapiro. What blows my mind is how platforms can promote free speech, then give in to bullies like this. What we are seeing in real time is how people with money and power manipulate headlines, Google and other social media apps to feed a very specific narrative. I'm just going to say this isn't normal. It's about more than just Blake Lively, since Me Too exploded into the public consciousness in 2018. The hardest part of this is that women, mostly civilians, are the ones falling deepest down the rabbit hole, being convinced by TikTok to turn on one of their own. Interesting. I don't think what she said is anything wrong, because everybody has an opinion, and platforms like TikTok has given everybody that chance to voice their opinion. But Katie's taken very, very badly to be being referred to as a money sleuth, a mummy sleuth. She's an archival consultant. Let's get it right. Actually, I'll have to change the title of this. Katie Joy is an archival consultant. It's not a mum. Katie Joy is an archival consultant, not a mummy sleuth. How dare somebody even confuse that? Me Too was an attempt to change the narrative, to believe women when they say they've been victimized by men without caveats. It was an effort to shed the idea of a perfect victim, to accept that a woman can be sexually or physically assaulted no matter how powerful she may be. But less than a decade later, it's never been more dangerous to accuse a high-profile man of abuse. Lively's reputation is in tatters. Amber Heard, whose case has often been compared to Lively's, faced such unrelenting online torment when she battled her ex-husband Johnny Depp in court over assault allegations that she left the country. She's a professional mummy sleuth. Oh yes, that's right. We've got to make it. We've got to we have to get that right. As time goes on, the creators who made a name for themselves by becoming experts in both cases are growing more powerful and emboldened. It doesn't feel like an accident that the path they're leading in their followers down goes straight to the far right at a time when women's rights are precarious as they have been in decades. This was another issue that Katie Joy took exception to because she said she's not far right. Take Jessica Reed Cruss, the former mummy blogger known as House in the Habit online. Cruss, between posting pop culture, blind items, and tea about. Short Order says, I forgot to put the smiley face in title or the throw up emotion. Yeah. Yeah, true that. And eventually about Depp versus Heard becoming one of the most prominent citizen journalists covering the case. In fact, I'd call Katie Joy a citizen journalist if she wants to be anything. She's since parlayed that viral fame into a new lease as far as a far-right provocateur, wholeheartedly embracing Donald Trump and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. during the 2024 campaign. Her online content, which someone's calling me, sorry. Oh, I'll get that in a minute. Made her one of the most influential creators of the election, according to Wired, especially for women. What I do is designed for women who would never really pay attention to politics, she told Elle in an interview. My audience is 96% women. Candace, so then it talks about Candace Owens. But yeah, so there you go. But this is what Katie Joy took absolute exception to. Because she said Blake Lively seems to be a diva. Look, I have to be honest with you. I haven't really followed the case. I don't know much about it, but I just saw that Katie Joy has referenced 7M, and that's really, I'm really just interested in what she says about 7M at the moment, because she's in a active lawsuit with them. You know, I don't know whether her lawyers have told her to keep her mouth shut, but that would be my advice to her. So you called us mummy sleuths. That should give some pause. So yeah, she took really insult to being called a mummy sleuth. There's an old saying that if the cap fits, wear it. Apparently, she degraded women that work as independent journalists for not siding with Blake Lively. I didn't see that in the article. Most of us are not alt-right, and many of us carrying a public legal dispute between celebrities. Stephanie believes we are unable to read court documents, evidence, and public news articles from August 2024. Did she take an exception to the article or to the journal who wrote it? Says sure though. Well, considering that she's going after Stephanie, I would say she's taken exception to the journal. Most of us were on Blake Lively's side till the evidence came out. Instead of taking Stephanie's side, taking a deep dive into the toxic and abusive behavior of Ryan Reynolds, examples that erode her credibility and can be used in court. What? I don't know what any of that means because I didn't see any of that in her article. But anyway. So then, Mummy Sleuth versus Bad Mum, big difference. Encouraging continued attacks doesn't make you the hero in this. But congrats on all the engagement. We know what that's about. And she says, I didn't encourage attacks of anyone. Where did I say attack Stephanie? Stop gaslighting. Tell your wife to apologize and write an unbiased article. It's that simple. This is Brian Henry. Brian Henry must be the husband. And then she says, Brian Henry, your wife needs help. Brian Henry, who's we? Brian is Stephanie's husband. In true feminist form, sarcasm added. Stephanie can dish it and then relies on her husband to attack creators for her. Then the coward shut off her comments. Writes a whole article degrading and name-calling women, cries when people respond. It's like the narcissist, brainless journalist playing book, slew defamatory allegations and words and shut off the comments. Someone depose or subpoena her. Ha 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 ha. I mean, either ignore the criticism or grow a thicker skin. This woman is wild. Hello, Frisco Chicken. Yes, KJ can't keep her mouth shut. Frisco Chicken says, but she doesn't want to be a mummy sleuth, but she's okay with dubbing herself a midwife mama, taking die cults, taking down, yes, taking down cults, yes. Okay, so there. And then, of course, Miss Balls is wrote this. Balls to will not harass, targeting, and attacking you until you take legal steps, like sending her a cease and desist. I recommend reaching out to Alison Holker, because not too long ago, Alison was the target of Katie Joy's smear campaign. Katie's Joy's entire social media platform is to tear down people, mainly women. I said that! She mainly goes after women. Definitely, she has done this to numerous people, including and not limited to Alison, Glam Life Guru, It's Miranda Derrick, B Dash, Todd Chrisley, who have all sued Katie Joy. Just the other day, KJ didn't bother to fact check whether or not the man in the photo with Blake was a POC. Stephanie, we have long said Katie Joy needs an intervention because she thinks she's a raging, because we think she's a raging alcoholic addicted to the internet. Her husband, Todd Paulson, enables her behavior. Katie's family has all gone no contact due to her problematic online behavior. She has no friends, and her neighbors are scared off and hate her. Katie Joy has never grown a thick skin, and if you so much as like a comment that she doesn't agree with, she blocks you and calls you a CIA bot. She calls you a CIA bot sent her to harass her. Tell your husband, Stephanie, that Katie and Todd sleep in separate rooms. Last week I heard Katie still sleeps in bed with her preteen son after a heavy night of heavy drinking and yelling at people while live. Katie's also the queen of gaslighting, using Darvo tactics to defend herself, i.e. I attack you, you respond, and therefore I am the victim. Oh yes, Frisco Chicken says, just like when Toad would go into KJ's lives and do that, and she would shut off comments, she's describing herself. Good point. Yes. Katie Joy was let go of many jobs, including Pathos. She found a platform on YouTube after exploiting the teen mums drama and has been a menace since, blaming parents for their child's success, profiting off a young girl's and accusing people never convicted of crimes of being serial R's and human sex. You know what? Also in 2017, Katie Joy admitted her son does not have autism, but it was untreated hydrocephalus. Hello, Purple Dragon. True. The Paulsons let their child head swell to gigantic proportions before they sought medical attention. This is all documented and came directly from Katie Joy's blogs and posts.
Rock music is steeped in the blues.
No, I know, Todd. I mean, you don't need to get mad about this. We know how you...
Who's getting mad? Rock music is steeped in the blues.
No, I know, Todd. I mean, you don't need to get mad about this. We know how you...
Who's getting mad? Whatever. Good night.
Whatever, good night.
You realize that you...
Whatever, good night. Whatever, good night.
I have spent 10 hours in that room.
So that was a clip of Toad saying he spent 10 hours in that room.
It's been a busy day.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. Very, very quiet. This is great, says Mishi. Yes, Todd doing his nut on KJ. There's a lot of examples. As I said, this is all evidence from from Miss Balls.
Single one of his peers defended him. Imagine.
Bats are 100%
Mummy, stop filming.
FDA approved ingredients and totally good and safe for you to use.
Mommy,
What?
I was talking to Daddy. I'm talking to Daddy. We're taking a shower.
Yeah.
And
Why do you always interrupt me?
I just want to tell you that Daddy just we're
So remember, this is somebody that criticizes women for being bad parents, remember?
talking downstairs about my magnets and my Legos.
Yeah.
And then I told him to apologize to me, and then he went upstairs and he wasted my time because of all that yelling.
Okay, that's fine. Goodbye.
Something about wasting my time with all that yelling.
Okay, that's fine. Goodbye.
Oh, you can't say. You don't see say that to me.
Sorry, you guys. He's mad at his dad about yelling at him.
Why don't you come over to my hotel tonight? We can watch a movie together. He said, sounds good. Later on, he messaged me first and told me, hey, straight up, I've never done anything with a guy before. I'm a little bit nervous.
To treatment or to
Mommy.
therapy. What? Hold on.
Hi.
I'm on.
I'm gonna tell guys.
Well, I don't. Go find your dad. Sorry, guys. That was my son. Hate this. What?
And then she's talked about, this is from 2017, the article that says that she didn't have autism. Yeah. So anyway, so all the evidence is out there, you know. And then Blake Lively publicly stated that the end was not a film about DV. Wow, talk about shafting your own kid online. I know. Just imagine what goes on in that house when the cameras aren't on. Well, you've got to wonder, isn't it? So this is another Blake Lively post talking about this understand the cycle of abuse is essential to understand that the book and film failed, apparently, according to. I've included resources at the end of this video with information that you can help, that you can go. I thought she was wearing butterfly wings. I rarely comment on appearance. I found her gown distracting. I was trying to figure out why she was dressed like a princess for a film about DV. What was this even? The Copenhagen premiere of the film in Denmark. She's not serious. If she was she's not serious. If she was a serious journalist, her articles wouldn't be written in first person. Really? Oh dear. So she's hating Stephanie at the moment. Stop pretending that a B-list actress is best known for Gossip Girl represents all women. So she's really not very happy. Oh, I think I've lost my chat. I think I lost my chat, people. Oops, yeah. Anyway, in case you missed the memo, Blake Lively does not represent all women. Imagine that. She doesn't represent all women. Wow. Oh dear. Oh, you're here? That's good. The people speaking out are actual victims. Blake is not a victim. You cannot state that she is certainly. The facts you have taken aside is actually disgraceful to real victims. So apparently, Blake Lively is a 37-year-old woman who has done the following in her life. Got married on a slave plantation. The plantation actually hosts tours of the slave quarters that remain on the property. She wrote an ode to the women of antebellum and praised women that owned slaves in a 2014 post. She's admitted to wearing blackface as a teen to stalk guys that she and her friend were interested in. She made fun of Leighton Massette for being born while her mother was incarcerated. She joked that Leighton was born in a cage. She called her co-stars monkeys. Blake has repeatedly used transphobic language in interviews. Blake shamed a reporter that congratulated her on her pregnancy. She was Ryan Reynolds' mistress while he was still married to Scarlett Johansson. Blake openly defended Woody Allen and said that he empowers all women. Allen's daughter, Dylan Farrow, called out Lively for making these comments. Dylan Farrow has alleged for years her father did stuff to her as a child. Lively's never apologized to Dylan. Blake refused to ignore. Well, we don't know because it's not. It may have happened privately. She's a walk-in while sitting. Actually, contradiction, says Mishy. Blake Lively represents Blake Lively. Yeah, that's true. And Frisco Chicken. She's so jealous of women. BL is not a B-list actress. Blake refuses to acknowledge victims of DV while she promoted a film about DV. She mocked Princess Kate's Photoshop files while Kate was receiving treatment for cancer. Blake has repeatedly been labelled difficult and mean by co-stars and directors. Well, there's a lot of people that are deemed that. She did a photo series in 2018 objectifying and harassing men. She SH'd Brandon Scalina at a pre-screening of It Ends Here with Us. Blake proudly refers to herself as a ball buster, which is a term often used to describe someone that is intimidating, threatening, and often degrading of others. She's getting backlash because she deserves it. She's an admitted liar and a terrible human, according to Katie Joy. So you're basically just bitter, got it, and jealous that we make more money than she does. I don't know what this is in relation to. Oh, Mummy Sleuth reporting. Mummy Sleuth reporting for duty. I'm a Liberal Democrat, small business owner, and my business is independent reporting. I find the trope as money sleuths to be sexist and reductive to my uterus. What? Reductive to my uterus. Apparently, my only value to glamour is that my uterus created a child, thus reducing my work into trivial and frivolous matters. Do better. Where did it say in that article that it's like it's like you're worth more than your uterus. Clemmy says, well, if she's admitted she's a horrible person, well, that's right. Blake Lively's admitted she's a horrible person. What are we all saying then? Who approved of this article? Awesome response, says somebody. Creating a child and believing anyone else with a uterus, like we can't make decisions. No hate for Blake Lively from me, just sharing the truth. That's Paris Hilton. And then someone says, by working with Katie Joy. And Katie Joy says responds to Paris Hilton, Blake calls the truth hate. Hair care professional Ryan, second wife, plantation princess, unliftable basement banisher. Did I say unliftable? The irony of a magazine that reduces women to glamour, which focuses on fashion and beauty, attempting Oh, I'm back. I'm back. Hello. I think I'm back. I think I'm back. There we go. Hello. Surprise. I think I'm back. Hello, Michelle. I think I'm back. So I just lost my connection. Everything sucks here. So this is apparently real feminists don't read Glamour magazine. Real feminists don't read Glamour magazine, according to Katie Joy. So do we think that Katie Joy is jealous of this Stephanie woman? Is that what we think? That do we think that she's jealous? Interesting. If you look at all the creators, all those mummy creators that she referred to, Stephanie referred to in her articles, for example, Katie Joy is not mentioned, and I can't help but wonder whether she's jealous because she wasn't identified, like she wasn't mentioned in it. It's interesting, of all the articles that she's written, I mean, that's one of the few that she's taken exception to. So the article above, so the article that was written, or that is above the one that we were just looking at. What's this whole NYC influencers boring drama all about? A group of popular content creators have been dragged to hell all of a sudden for being vapored and uninterested in why. So TikTok, there's a new rage cycle being aimed at New York NYC-based influencers, their crime being boring. And she's looking into this. So, and again, she's and the other look, she's if you look at these hyperlinks here, they take you to, she's actually linked the video. It comes up down the bottom with, and you probably can't see it, but it comes up with the actual TikTok video that it refers to. KJ just needs to have a target, and she's chosen one at the moment. Seeing that she's collecting C&D, she'll have another one to add to her collection. I think so. But like, what was she talking about? Like, she doesn't work in first person, because I didn't realize. I thought she's written in third person. Remember, Katie she writes in first person a lot of the time. She always says I or we. But here, so this is the article that upset her. It's written in third person. So I don't really know what's. And there was a whole thing of mummy bloggers at one point in time. Had nothing to do with anything. But don't forget, she's got more than a decade of experience covering pop culture. She says we so much, I think she's got multiple personalities. Well, that's right. So let's have a look. Oh, this is the article. So this is the. So this is Glam Mag, and this is her Instagram. Content creators have seemingly declared themselves expert in Blake Lively's legal battle over analysing and investigating every appearance and interaction the star has, while some men are jumping on the star's hate train. The most popular of these creators are speaking women to other women. We're just going to say it. This isn't normal, and it's more about Blake Lively. And then, so of course, she's had to intervene. She says, Mummy Sleuth reporting for duty here. Do better. I find the mummy sleuths to be tiresome and unhinged. Do you do it for likes and revenue, or do you do it because your life is missing something? And then someone says, you've got a new follower. The irony of magazine, real feminists don't read the magazine. That sentence is true. We all know how you handle criticism. Oh, someone says, without a crystal ball, we all know how you handle criticism. Block, delete, rinse, repeat. Don't forget, there's plenty of women that have noticed your whole small business is built around tearing down successful, beautiful women. By the way, why in your lawsuit did you say you barely worked on Dancing with the Devil, but on IG you act as if you had a huge part in it? Then that person says, without a crystal note, I know you're going to accuse me of being a paid bot by the CIA or Shin or the man you falsely accused of SH as well. Kind of like everyone who dares to speak against you. We don't have some hidden agenda. And then no Blake, Paris Hilton, by working with Katie Joy. So why are you justifying yourself to this half journalist? Grow a backbone, unfollowing you. And then she says, no, the CIA did not pay me for this article. If not, then you reveal to all of us that you're bad at your work and a bad journalism, and you are also a bad person. You are an even bad person than her and her CIA team. So much for the reveal. Mummy sleuths, why the condensation? Do you know that attorney and media professionals also prefer participating in this discourse? Well, I mean, if they're a lawyer, they're not going to be a mummy sleuth, are they? Candace Owens is calling the mummy sleuths, not me, hence the quotes. Yes, she did say Candace Owens was calling it. So she got a lot of stuff. Daddy Sleuth reporting for duty. So anyway. Oh, sorry, you got no sound? It's pretty good because she's having a go at Katie Joy, actually. Well, All right, let's have a look, see if I can get this going. Why was it working before and not now? All right. So she's essentially saying she gets paid a salary from Glamour, and if it's successful, that they get all the incentives. But these people that are independent creators can say what they like, and they get paid because if they get, I'm on Insta, I think. I don't know. Am I muted? Can you hear me? Also share audio. I want to share audio. All right. Am I muted? Can you hear me?
Instagram is currently a mess. I'm getting a lot of comments. There's one misconception that I think is really important to clear up. There is this belief that me, as someone who works for corporate media, has more of an incentive to lie or bend the truth or create drama or share things that are misleading than people who are independent creators or citizen journalists on TikTok or Instagram do. The complete opposite is actually the truth. A lot of these creators will say things like, I'm not beholden to corporate media. I don't get paid for this. I'm only doing this because I believe in the truth. But they are not only getting paid for creating this content, they get paid the more dramatic it is, the more they can keep you guys engaged, the more crazy it is, the more theories they can come up with. They are the ones profiting off of the Blake Lively drama. Look, I love when people read my stories. Obviously, it matters to the bottom line of my employer. But at the end of the day, like, personally, I make what my salary is, whether, 10 people read my story or 10 million read my story. I personally do not profit off of this Instagram account. I do not profit off of any of my stories per story. But I could go on here and spend my time, coming up with Blake Lively theories or Justin Baldoni theories or, analyzing lip reading. And I would get rewarded by the algorithm because I would be causing controversy. I would be causing drama. I would be causing people to come back to my account because they would be so freaked out or interested or unbelieving of what I was saying. And, when you have a story like this, something doesn't happen every single day. But these creators they're getting huge accounts. They're making a lot of money off of this drama, and they have to keep it going. They have to get people coming back. I would be willing to bet that a lot of these creators who, are yelling at me or who people are saying like they just want to tell the truth, they don't care about money or profit, are making so much more money than me. I think that people really need to analyze what is motivating these people.
Hallelujah.
That's just my take. My Instagram is currently a mess.
So I agree with her. So of course, Katie Joy has responded with this. Stephanie, you are ignoring the point. You assume that we are all the same. We are not. We are reporting just like you. I'm a small business owner. I've never said I'm not paid. I'm reporting on a public story the same way you are. You are actually misleading your audience by claiming that you aren't beholden to editors who don't want to alienate their access to celebrities that they cover. We do not care about catering to celebrities. You have not answered to the fact that you criticised Blake's promotion of a film and an interview that refused to address the topics of DV. This was a backlash that Blake received. You wrote about it. You interviewed experts who agreed that the promotion of the film was a mismatch to the content. Quote, what the first it ends with us controversy demonstrated is that the standard ways for a publisher to market a blockbuster bestseller aimed at young women, merch collabs and brands don't exactly work when the bestseller in question contains graphic depictions of potentially triggering subject matter. Once the movie adaptation was announced and the press tour began, the misfit of audience versus subject matter has become even more stark. Your pieces are written in first person, which is not a standard in journalism, and indicates that you are using a personal view and opinion. Huh? If she's quoting somebody, she's going to quote it in the tense that they've written it. Glamour has faced who's she to talk about journalism standards? In 2016, Glamour has faced dozens of controversies. In 2016, Glamour named U2's Bono Woman of the Year. Glamour featured Amy Schumacher at Chica Any Size without her consent. 2018, Glamour ceased publishing a physical magazine, thus placing Glamour as a digital magazine and in direct competition to other digital creators. Why insult creators for reporting? Most of us don't lie and don't deny we are being paid. Most of us don't lie. Every media outlet using scandal and sensationalism to get clicks. You are guilty of this too. Thanks for shedding some light on the background of Glamour magazine. It puts this hit piece into perspective now. I just, without a crystal ball, I just freaking love you. Spot on. Yep. And Stephanie, without a crystal ball, did it with actual facts. Bravo. Bravo. So basically, you just got it. Daddy Sleuth. How dare Stephanie not include guys in shaming she's done? Apparently she's a misogynist. All right, without a crystal ball, and she's jealous that we make more money than she does. She says, one final thing, the amount of insults and harassment I'm getting for this, I have people telling me I'm a bad mother. Okay, should give anyone doing this pause. And then, yeah, so then there's all of this. Maybe you shouldn't go around insulting mothers, period. And then they criticised her because she limited the comments on the post. But who else do we know that limits comments? So I didn't think it was possible, but you've actually made it worse. I actually thought their argument was quite good. I know short order facts, eh? Your fixed salary includes a fixed narrative. Good for you. After she deducts all her legal bills, I bet she doesn't make more. Well, that's a good point. I thought her points were valid. I actually went, Glamour wasn't the only publication that went digital around that time. So, so it's this one. I'm so excited. Oh, that was Glamour's 2024 Woman of the Year. Okay. So, yeah, so that's really what her Instagram. But anyway, as I said, I thought that, and don't forget, she's got a book. Don't forget, and she broke the LuLaRoe MLM. Don't forget that she broke that story as well. See, and she says that she's a journalist. So I don't know. What I will always say is always look at the source. Even like when I read news articles, I always have to remember what the publication is and who owns the publication. And I actually often will read multiple media because I will, if I'm going to read a Murdoch paper, I will want to read something that's not owned by Murdoch because sometimes the narrative is slightly different. I mean, gone are the days when you used to be able to actually get your facts from the news. Gone are those days. So anyway, yeah, I hope you're all doing well. We're gonna have an election soon too. So coming up, it's gonna be crazy. To be honest with you, neither party is worth voting for. But I think if we're talking about the potential who we prefer as Prime Minister, the one that we've got now isn't as bad as the one that we could have, in my opinion. But yeah. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching. Casey went over Stephanie's LinkedIn, and she's very well educated. Is she? I got that impression to be she's got her own website. Like I mean, from what I can see, she seems to be. So this is she's got a Substack. Anyway, like my daughter's got a Substack as well, but I know that she writes on there. You just got new Prime Minister last week. Yeah, look, I always say none of them are any good. Australia is. I know. All right. I mean, I have to be told. I had high hopes for Albo. I had high hopes. It's funny. I was speaking to somebody from India the other day, and I was talking about Albo, and he said, "Who's Albo?" And I said, "The Prime Minister." And he said, "In India, there's no way that they would call their Prime Minister by anything other than Sir." I just thought that was interesting. So this is her internet, and she's actually got an agent, by the way. She does Instagram posts and Substack. She served as the consulting producer and appeared in the documentary The Rise and Fall of LuLaRoe, which was based on a 10,000-word feature I wrote for Buzz News. She hosted the accompanying podcast. So she's also got an agent. And so, yeah, so she's got here the LuLaRoe, so you can work with her. If you want to work with her. This is all the stuff that she did on LuLaRoe, all her reporting. And here's her recent articles that she's done. And then she's got the link to all her BuzzFeed stuff. So this is, the Duggars knew their problem from the beginning. Oh, look, she wrote about the Duggars. That's where she went wrong. How dare she write about the Duggars? And I mean, she's a senior editor. I mean, they just don't give those out to anybody. I mean, you generally, she says, so this is her LinkedIn. She's a dynamic and accomplished reporter with over a decade of digital journalism. She wrote an article, could tea from Starbucks really induce your labor? Oops. I've decided the way I'm going to vote now. I'm not looking. I don't care about the here or now. I'm going to Wait till she reports on KJ and a lawsuit. She might. It could be. So there are all the posts. So she was at for 8. So here's look. Huh. She was a news editor for Fox News. She was a breaking news reporter, a news editor, so for BuzzFeed, deputy breaking news director, full-time coach. So she's worked at Fox News and a Glamour senior editor at Glamour. She studied. She's got a degree in broadcast and digital journalism and international relations. She has compare the pair. A Bachelor of Arts majoring in Spanish and a Bachelor of Arts of Broadcast and Digital Journalism. Compare the pair. So somebody with a major in Spanish is going after somebody who studied broadcasting and digital journalism. Right. Yeah. Right. So yeah, I'm going to be looking at what their plans are for the future. So if you look at where I live in Victoria, about 30 years ago, the then government, the Kennett government, privatized all mental health services and closed down the publicly funded mental hospital. 30 years down the track, we have a huge mental health crisis and we don't have enough services. And he also closed down a lot of the public schools and again privatized them. So 30 years ago, we have 2 major problems: education and mental health. And they were decisions that were made 30 years ago because they wanted money. So I'm looking at what every decision I'm making now when I'm voting is going to be what's the effect for 30 years ago. I'm sure order KJ would hate her. No wonder KJ hates her. Thank you that you love my laugh. So that's why KJ hates her, because she's actually got a degree in broadcasting. and if you noticed, you missed. And if you noticed, even when she was talking on TikTok, she was looking directly at the camera, and you understood every word that she was saying. She was articulate. It was you could tell that she was well educated. She's well educated. So yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, look, I'm going to try and pop on Thursday. I've got an appointment later today because I've just got trial contacts on to see. But the thing I've noticed with my contact lenses, it's really showing the bags under my eyes, and I look really old. Oh. So yeah. And no red wine, that's right. I mean, well, I mean, she didn't drink. Stephanie didn't drink when she did that video either, did she? She does know how to conduct herself. And I mean, people were criticizing her for turning off the comments, but Katie turns off the comments herself. So we know all of that. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, touche. So anyway, I really want to just thank you for watching. I hope to get some other videos up. I've been trying to do some stuff. You would have seen that I've tried to do AI videos. I'm just trying a few different things just to get there. I noticed that there was another politician in court today. I think that was an appeal. I'm still waiting. I mean, I don't know what Bruce Lerman's doing. Oh, apparently it's my anniversary. It's my 11th year anniversary on YouTube. I've had a YouTube account for 11 years, and YouTube has just said happy anniversary. I think that's why KJ has switched to podcast format. Can't see the wine mug. Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But I would imagine she's not very happy that her court case is now being extended. As I said, we're now at least to June now, because the judge has said 90 days. So the judge just says, I'm going to need 90 days. So once everything's sorted out. So it's going to be very interesting. So into June, I would be very surprised if this time next year we're still talking about it, because they're very, very slow. Court cases are very, very slow. I know, 11 years. Unbelievable. I haven't been doing lives and that as long as that, but it just said that I've been on, it's a happy anniversary, 11 years. So there we go. I know. Where's my medal? Oh, dear. Look, her lawyer probably told her, well, she needs to knock it off. I mean, the fact that she has talked about, again, Stephanie and criticizing, referring to what's his name as an alleged predator, in my opinion, is also wrong. So she's got to be very, very careful, in my view, that she does not. Look, in some ways, her lawyer's got to take responsibility for that. I mean, they shouldn't have let it get so messy. But I can imagine, though, with so many exhibits, though, it probably does get messy. And so the judge just wants to, I mean, essentially the judge wants to know what her exhibits are, what their exhibits are. The easiest ways, one starts with 100, the other one starts with 200. Unless, of course, they've both put in the same bit of paperwork for evidence to prove their point, and then that's a whole nother problem. Yeah. All right, I've been on for an hour. I've got some work to do. She's working. But anyway, sit down and grab the popcorn, because I think we're going to get more. We will have quite a bit more unraveling to happen at some point in time. I'm certain of that. But look, I want to thank you all for joining me. Whether you're on TikTok or whether you're on YouTube, my TikTok comments don't come up on here in this thing, so I have to have TikTok open separately, which is a bit of a pain. But anyway, but yes, so thank you. If you could follow me, like and subscribe and follow me, that would be great on either platform. That would be really good. One of my goals is to try and get fit, so I might actually post one of my videos of me trying to do a workout, which will be hilarious. Actually, it'll be hilarious to watch me. Maybe we can bet on how many times I fall over. We can have a competition. How many times will I fall on my face? Because I'm known for that. Yeah, so I hope you have a good day. Yeah, the lawyers are having to sort through the mess. Well, just remember, every time they look at something, it's money. Time is money. So I cannot imagine. You imagine if you're charging $350 an hour and you know you've got 10 hours of sorting to do. If you knew it was going to take you 10 hours to fix it. So, and sometimes when it gets like that, you were so happy. Oh, thank you. When it gets to a certain point, though, and it gets to that mess, sometimes the lawyers in charge want to take over to make sure that it's it's done properly, because at the end of the day, it's their name and their company. They want to make sure that it's done properly. So that's, you know, if it was me, like if I was in that position and it was my law firm and I was in charge of that law firm, I'd be overseeing it to make sure it was done properly. But that's just me. I'd be on top of it. I'd have, because, you know, yeah, she probably they have to ask you questions. Yeah, probably. But, you know, so, and remember, they did say that, which I'm surprised that there's so many exhibits, because how many times did you say they didn't have the original? I'm assuming 7M's got all the exhibits. That's just my assumption. Anyway. All right. Thank you for joining me. I will catch you next time. Hopefully it won't be so long next time. Yeah, so wherever you're joining me from, thank you for watching. And I'm going to try and find out where I've put. No, I don't think he did take over. I think he passed it on. I think my impression was I don't know if he has, good luck to him. I mean, his name is on the file as being the lawyer in charge. When they send notifications, they send it to him. But I don't know. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.